in a move that stunned political analysts and stirred outrage across social media platforms. Former President Donald Trump recently claimed that the controversy surrounding his alleged connections with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was nothing more than a hoax, and went so far as to boast that the media storm surrounding it actually catapulted his popularity to the highest poll numbers he's ever seen, reigniting debates not only about his political tactics, but also the growing fracture within his loyal MAGA base. Trump's remarks came during a fiery off-the-cuff segment at a rally in Florida, where he declared that the fake news media tried to destroy him with the Epstein narrative, but ended up helping him tremendously, as his base, according to him, saw right through the lies. This bold proclamation, however, has sparked fierce pushback not just from his usual critics, but from within conservative circles and even far-right commentators who once fervently defended him. The Epstein saga has always carried a radioactive presence in American politics, involving high-profile figures from both political parties, global elites, and celebrities, and while Trump has attempted to distance himself from Epstein repeatedly, claiming he barely knew the guy, numerous photographs, flight logs, and a well-known 2002 quote where Trump described Epstein as a terrific guy who liked women, on the younger side, have long cast a shadow on his denials. Now, with unsealed court documents revealing more names and potential ties, many MAGA followers who once believed Trump would expose the elite pedophile ring are beginning to question whether he was ever truly on the outside of that corrupt circle. While Trump argues the Epstein scandal is a smear campaign orchestrated by the deep state, some of his supporters are growing uneasy, expressing on platforms like Truth Social, Reddit, and Telegram that they feel betrayed or confused by his deflection and mockery of the matter. Trump's claim that the Epstein fallout was one of the best things that happened to him politically is being interpreted by critics as tone-deaf at best and sinister at worst, especially in a political climate where trust in institutions, media, and even anti-establishment leaders is declining. NBC News, which first reported the trend of MAGA voter doubts, notes that Trump's continued dismissal of the Epstein case as a hoax could damage his credibility, particularly among younger conservatives and independents who are already questioning his commitment to accountability and transparency. Some analysts argue that Trump is leveraging the outrage culture by reframing attacks into strength, a strategy he's long used successfully, whether it's with the Russia investigation, impeachment trials, or the January 6th insurrection narrative. But this time, the strategy may be backfiring. For the millions who view Epstein's crimes as a symptom of elite rot, hearing Trump call a hoax undermines their belief in him as the anti-corruption candidate. Meanwhile, Democrats are seizing the moment to highlight Trump's comments as evidence that he trivializes serious crimes and continues to weaponize disinformation for personal gain. The Biden campaign has already begun referencing Trump's Epstein remarks in their fundraising emails, suggesting that Trump's words are part of a larger pattern of insensitivity and dishonesty. Despite the backlash, Trump remains defiant, maintaining that his enemies are desperate to take him down because he remains a threat to the establishment. However, what is notable about this controversy is that the backlash isn't just from liberal commentators or media outlets. It's also come from influencers on the right like Jack Posobiec, Laura Loomer, and others who have built brands on exposing the Epstein network and now find themselves facing uncomfortable questions about Trump's role or knowledge. With the 2024 election heating up, Trump's attempt to spin the Epstein scandal into a political win could either galvanize his base further or expose the breaking point of their blind loyalty. Political strategists on both sides are watching closely to see whether this episode will dent Trump's invincibility or whether, once again, he will bend the narrative in his favor. Regardless, his decision to boast about the Epstein story boosting his poll numbers will likely go down as one of the most provocative and controversial statements of his campaign. As more details emerge, the public will have to decide whether they believe Trump is the victim of a smear campaign, or whether he's simply dodging accountability behind a wall of bravado, distraction, and carefully crafted populist rage.